they can hear us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's Starfinder episode. Just a few announcements before we get started. We will not be having a game this next weekend for Azkazir, Gods Are Dead, or Starfinder. It is Christmas weekend. We are all going to be celebrating with our families and friends. What's next? We will have the next Starfinder game on January 3rd, a Sunday, and the game after that will be on the 9th, a Saturday. Our next Azkazir game will be on the 17th, and the Gods Are Dead games will be happening or to be determined, is what I'm trying
Sometime
to get at. And also, say what?
I was just saying sometime in 2021.
You say something, Justin? Sometime next year. Also, we'd like to thank tabletopaudio.com for providing us some background music. Please go give them a visit and support them. They've been excellent in letting us use it. So, with that said, did any of the crewmates make a log they would like to share from last session for 50 XP? And don't worry, I know I forgot to give you guys XP. We'll tag it on to the end of this episode.
For the record, I've done the recap the times, so I think it's fair.
You are the
to let-
captain.
I'll do Demi's recap.
Yeah, there we go.
So, after we landed at the station where there was a bunch of drones and stuff, and they didn't shoot us because Roko had turned off them, I guess, temporarily. The defense systems from blowing us up. We managed to land, and we got off the ship. There was a coil gun there, which we would later attach. And we entered a small printing... Well, no, first we entered a room with a bunch of empty cases in it. Big, heavy... I don't know if cases are the right word. Canisters. And when we proceeded to the next room, Cryptus and Jin proceeded to blast... Or no, it was Passenger, was it? Was it Cryptus and Passenger? Which obliterated the heck out of the security bot that they saw.
There was two
Captain
people.
Jin?
One of them was Captain Jin and Cryptus that basically got max damage. It had 30 HP,
Exactly,
and they both
30
did
damage.
15 each.
Yep.
That definitely
And-
wasn't Passenger.
I couldn't remember. I knew Cryptus was involved at least.
It was one of the tall people with the guns.
Yeah, those ones. Everyone's tall to Demi, though, so that's... and then we discovered that the big machine in the center of this room was a kind of like giant super 3D printer for the bodies that we could use to print out Elu as a... Oh, shoot.
Shunton. Android.
Lashunta? Okay, I knew it was Lasha something. Lashuntu. And while they were fiddling with getting that, which took several hours, we proceeded to draw pretty pictures on a tablet screen with Reek. He drew very nice pictures. Everyone was impressed, I'm sure.
Did we
and
solve
then
that
did we?
puzzle? Is that
We
what
yes.
Is that what opened up the blue chip?
Because it was Jin thought it would be a good idea to trace the pictures that had been pinned up, and
You guys got
and he took some grenades and a blue computer chip, which totally wouldn't come back to bite him in the butt.
The reward, absolutely.
From this cabinet, and I think we stole a safe. I'm pretty sure we stole a safe
Yeah.
using a power jack.
Is it nailed down? No, we're taking it. Great.
I know my players. I'll never nail it down. They're always going to take it.
Unfortunately, at this point, there was also a... I forget what the original intent was, but Passenger hooked up to the computer systems to look up something. I can't remember what it was. I didn't write it down. But he just wanted to hack. Is that what it was?
No,
Okay, I couldn't remember.
It wasn't that I just wanted to hack. We were looking to get more information. We talked about maybe slowing down the process.
That's how you started talking
what it
with
was.
the system, with
That's
the
how. Right, and that's how we started the ethical decision of talking with the basilisk.
And your
Which then
reaction told me
proceeded-
everything I needed to know to proceed this whole module.
And
Because there were cameras in the room.
yeah, there was cameras in the room, and the basilisk was all about, "Hey, I see you, and you should help me, but you're going to die." And we're like, "Wow, that's awfully rude." And Passenger wasn't too happy about that, and so I believe he purged his computer there, or maybe it was after we got onto the dock.
I definitely killed the connection and then left the tablet on the. Like I was done. I just ditched my PCU.
Right. And then I believe after that we were like, all right, Elu finished printing, and after a not at all terrifying encounter for her, we managed to convince her to get on the ship somehow, mostly through Rima.
And also her not having
recollecting.
any choice.
Yeah, she's probably doesn't feel like a prisoner at all.
I know
and
the only memory you have right now is that this guy is bad, but trust us, we're friends. Come with us.
Oh yeah, she remembered that she didn't like Reek.
Didn't know why. Just
I didn't know why.
Didn't like him.
Just had a feeling in her 3D printed bones. And then we went all on to the ship. Jin was either hailed or just made a transmission out to Roko, but it was intercepted by the Basilisk, which reactivated all of the attack drones, and I'm sure everything will be just fine.
And he
Yeah.
revealed to us that he knew everything because of the blue chip.
He turned the microphone on the
Yeah.
Yeah, he really did. He really did.
The hackers became the hacked.
The Hackhead.
All right. So that leaves us currently docked at this location. Passenger, your alarm has gone off. You are detecting 3 ships, 2 security, 1 mining, ones you have fought before. Not in particular these ones, but you've fought this design
This
before.
variety.
And you guys are currently on your ship.
So I would have, this was right.
What are you gonna do?
We cut to black right as I had kind of walked up to Captain Jin behind him and said, Elu being here is not a good thing. And then right at about that time, beep 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 beep, beep. Captain, we have signatures. Like, oh god, lots of signatures.
Battle stations. Everyone get ready. We're taking
All
off.
right. All right, where is everybody going within the ship? Just so we know.
Science officer station.
Cryptus remains in engineering with Reek, his new apprentice.
What do I do?
You just sit on the engine as you were. You a little comfy bed area you've made. You just stay there.
I can do that.
Rima
Rima,
is
Captain, and
Rima's in her room with Elu.
okay.
On the bridge.
And Rima
Demon?
no longer has her comm unit because she ditched hers along with Passenger.
Does
Demi?
Demi need to man the coil gun, or is that I don't know if is it just a front turret or is it a manned turret?
It is basically you wouldn't man it like a ball turret. You could man it from a station,
Gotcha.
just like an ops or something. But you're basically having to decide: do I want to man the turret or the coil gun? And remember, the coil gun right now is manned to the front, so it can only fire forward of the ship, whereas the turret can turn to fire wherever it needs to.
Captain, do you want me on the new gun or the old gun? The one that turns or the one that shoots straight?
Let's do opening salvo on the coil gun, and then once they close range, take the
Do a
turret.
quick like, so yes, sir, and then he'll scatter over to a station.
All right. We'll go ahead and make our piloting checks.
Engineering phase first, right?
No, you are completely correct. I'm very silly as I'm reading engineering phase, gunner. No, excuse me. Where's my phases? It's engineering, helm, then gunnery.
Piloting,
I'm sorry.
gunnery. Yeah.
It's been a while. All right, so let's go ahead and do our engineering phase.
Okay,
I was
Rick,
just
what
excited to get started.
what shall I do this? I'm going to divert power to the engines and increase the speed by 2, if I had to put it in numerical terms. Yay, so 21. 21, so yes, that passes the DC of 13, so 2's plus to the speed.
All right, that moves to our helm phase now, and now let's go ahead and do. All right, so one of them looks like they will. No, excuse me. What'd you roll, Captain Jen?
12.
12. All right, so one of them will go before you, then you'll go, and then the next two will go. All right, so first this green one's going to go 1, 2.
Can you
Turn,
put us
3.
right here and facing out?
Yep, there. Yes, I can. There you go. Alrighty, and now, Captain Jin, where would you like to go?
I'm going to do the evade action. And that's a DC
What's that
14
do?
piloting check. I rolled a 24. And that's going to be... It's going to be some AC increasing, I believe. Stunt. Where are my stunts? Evade stunt. +2 to AC and TL until the start of the next turn. Hot diggity dang.
That's going to be useful.
All right. And we can move and turn as normal. However, I don't think I want to. I kind of just want to float us forward 1, and then kind of turn to the turn counterclockwise.
Don't you need to move a certain number of spaces before you can turn?
That is true.
I believe your ship is 2. I think you have to move 2, then turn.
I'm just gonna move us out this one. That's fine. That's absolutely fine.
All right.
I'm gonna
Alrighty.
park us right there.
Sounds good. You begin moving. 1, 2, 3. And let's see. If I remember correctly, their weapon is a medium range, which I think is 10 spaces. All right. So that brings the end of the helm phase. And now we have the gunnery phases. I don't think... Well, you might have somebody in range. I don't think anybody has a weapon in range.
Doesn't engineer go into the helm phase?
No, engineers is the first engineering phase.
I'm in science officer.
And if you're the science officer, I think you go during the helm phase.
Right.
So you need to call that out.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Well, I was waiting for my turn. I think I'm going to use the target system ability.
On
Actually,
which one?
passenger, Jin's gonna lean back over his shoulder and say, "Hey, put shields ahead full. We're gonna need it."
Shields ahead full. That's what I will do. Do I have to roll
All
to
right.
do that?
I think there are no. I don't think so. I think there's actually a lot of restrictions about you have to keep 10% on all sides. I don't particularly like that rule. So you can put the shields where you want. I think that's fine. If you put them in a spot where you expose yourself, I think that's fine on the player. So I'm just going to let you do that
All right,
as your
it
turn,
says,
if that's what you want to do.
redirecting power from one quadrant to protect another. With a successful computer's check, DC 10 plus 1.5 times your starship's tier. You can shift shield points from the shield in one quadrant to the shield in another quadrant, including depleted shields.
I believe that's a DC 14.
All right, and then I'm making.
I don't like the restriction on like you can only move so much. So like you move it if you make your DC, you move it where you want it.
Okay, and then we have a +2 to our ship's computers, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want to use the computer.
Well, yeah, I assumed I'm using the computer.
2 of those.
Well,
per round.
yeah, you only have 2 uses per round, which is why it's a thing. You don't
okay,
just
I
use
see.
it endlessly.
Gotcha. Well, I'm going to use it. 14 plus the 2 is 16, and then butt ton from my computer skill. So 9, so 25.
Yeah, the base roll already passed it, so.
All right, so all shields forward.
All shields forward. I believe that puts, 20 on the forward section? Or did you have more shields than that? All right.
It looks like.
So now that brings us to the gunnery phase, if no one else is doing anything. Rima, you do feel the ship start to move as if you are flying. All right. And gunners, I believe are you on the coil gun or the ball turret?
Coil gun.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So that green one is technically within range, and I think it is just barely in your line of fire. So in your arc of fire, rather.
Right.
You should be able to hit it, but you're going to have to put your turret or like the gimbal mount all the way to the port side.
Okay. So there is a gimbal. Good to know.
Right. That's why there's a firing arc. So.
All right then. Captain, permission to fire.
Take it down.
Fire!
That was so perfect.
I'll be sure to keep that click there. That is a 19.
19.
Perfect. Everything I need.
All right. Was that a natural, just 19, or is that after
It's
all
a
your
14 plus
things put
5.
together?
Plus 5 is my...
Gotcha. Yeah. So you absolutely do beat its AC. Go ahead and roll for damage from the coil gun, which I believe
It's 4d4.
is 4d4.
Or... let's see. I'm just going to count off the total. So 4, 5, 7, 8. 8 damage.
8 damage. All right. Let me just calculate stuff. All right. You're pretty sure you hit. You see whenever like the coil round actually hits its target, you see a blue sheen go over it through your scope. All right.
Looks like they also have shields.
They don't have any.
So-
All right. So I think they don't have anything in range currently. So that brings us back to the engineering phase. Engineering.
All right, Reek. This is how you divert power back over to those weapons. That big old coil gun will benefit from some extra power.
Okay.
Now you see, when the ship does this and the engine's kind of puttering, you have to give her a good old smack, and I bash the engine right underneath Reek. And we get a worse roll.
You punch him in the foot, and he starts yelping in pain. You don't actually hit the ship.
Why was it there? Over to Captain Jin.
All right, that's our engineering phase. Let's move over to the helm phase. Rima, before we move on, I want to give you a chance. Because the coil gun went off, you did feel the vibrations of the forward gun firing while you're in your room.
Rima is going to stay with Elu. Because in case Passenger is right and she is suspicious, she needs to be guarded. And
well, she will react to the coil gun going off. She'll look at you and say, "What was that?"
I'm sure it was just the engines giving a little extra kick to get us out of here. Nothing to worry about. I'm sure it's fine.
Let's roll a bluff.
$12.
All right, we'll come back to you. All right, helm phase.
All right.
Captain Jin and Passenger.
I believe I rolled a 13 for my piloting check.
All right, so only one of them will go after you. This first one will move. All right. So, the first two have moved. It is now your turn to move. And Passenger, this would also be the time that you would take your turn.
Yeah. Let's see here. Now that the shields are forward, let's do a... So I don't think we used any of these last time we were doing ship combat. But I was reading that there are ship quick actions. Let me see if I can find it. Well, not see if it's right here. Not quick actions. Minor crew actions, and one of them is a quick rescan. You quickly check the sensors to see minor changes or updates to your starship that has made. Actually, hold on. So you quickly check the sensors to see minor changes and updates that your starship has made available since the last time your crew scanned an opponent's starship. So would that be a specific starship, or would, like, since we've seen these drones before and they've been scanned before, could we do a quick rescan of these?
Because you've probably scanned them so many times, I'd be okay with that. They're just, they're drones. It's not like you're scanning for a different crew or anything. So yeah, I'm fine with that if that's what you want to do.
Minor crew actions are computer-aided actions. Oh, they're computer-aided. Does that mean they use up one of our two computer things?
Wait, is this a minor action that you're using?
It says it's a minor
crew. It shouldn't use up a computer check now.
Okay, well, see.
No, not unless you wanted to use it.
Let's see here. This minor crew actions are computer-aided actions that allow a starship limited functionality if it doesn't have the necessary crew to fill all the roles. Oh, that doesn't quite do what
a minor action is like you're gonna want to use that if you are like in a starfighter by yourself.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
Because you can only do that thing if no one's there to use that. Like if there's a gunner, you're not gonna let the pilot do the gunning. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Captain,
so
which one
you're better off just using your ability.
Yep. Nope. I see it. Got it. I'm gonna use lock on. Is green a minor or a combat drone?
It's a minor.
Minor.
So reds are combat. Captain, which one do you want me to lock on to?
The green one. And Dimmy, go ahead and run into that turret. They're close range now.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Can these crit fail?
No.
Okay. So it's a 1 plus 9. So it's a 10.
And you have to hit its target lock?
Its DC equals 5 plus 1.5 the tier of the target starship plus its bonuses from defensive countermeasures.
Okay, so you have to beat an 8.
Hey, I beat an 8.
Hey! All right. So yes,
I didn't
what
even use
kind of
the
information
computer
do
for
you
the
want
plus
from the
No,
scan?
I'm doing a lock on, not a scan.
Ah.
So locking
What does
on,
that do?
Locking onto the miner. What does it do? It does. If you succeed, your starship's gunner gains a +2 bonus to gunnery checks against the target for the rest of the round. This action can only be taken once per round. So +2 bonus, Kyle. Dimmy.
All right.
Actually,
All right.
all gunners.
I
I think I can do some kind of like snapshot or something as well.
Yeah, just says to gunnery checks.
Well, yeah, all gunners. But the thing about the minor crew actions, Patrick, I believe, like no one can be taking a gunnery action for you to be able to use the snapshot. That's what it's there for. Like you're literally lacking the gunner crew. But we still have not flown anywhere. So what are you doing for flying?
All right. Let's see.
Kyle, you're on mute.
This is what I think this is what I was thinking of doing. The flyby stunt, maybe? It says the ship moves as normal, but it can move through a hex occupied by an enemy starship without provoking a free attack. And then during the gunnery phase, you can select one of your starship's weapons to fire at the enemy vessel against any quadrant of that vessel. And I just have to pass a DC 19 piloting check.
Is that separate from the gunner's shot, or?
So that would be me shooting at it.
Gotcha.
All right, so let me make that
So,
DC 19.
Demi, are you going to be moving to the
I-
turret, the ball turret on top?
I guess so. Am I able to do that without it
Okay.
taking up like my action?
No. He's
Well-
firing. We're not to the gunnery phase yet.
Yeah, I'm going to fire the coil gun, and then you'll fire at it with the laser net. Hopefully that'll be enough.
Okay, I just wasn't sure if I was able to move positions out of like my phase, essentially.
Technically, at the start, before the engineering phase, people can just declare that they're going to switch.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't personally care what time you switch as long as it's for the phase you were planning on
Gotcha.
being on.
Then
Like, I don't want you to be
Demi
like,
will...
in the middle of gunnery, be like, oh, I meant to go to
Right.
helm phase. You know what I mean? I don't want you to do that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so
then Demi will move to
Yeah,
the turret.
I think, like, especially with gunnery, like, so long as you're moving from one gun to another, I mean, you are a gunner.
yeah, you're still in the same
But
spot.
I passed with flying colors. I took one of the +2s. Got a 27 on my flyby DC.
All right, so you line up the shot. What quadrant are you trying to line this shot up at? And also, where are you moving
said
to?
the shield actually. You just move us because we're flying past it. So just move us 4 tiles wherever you want to with whatever facing. While
Well,
I
you just move.
roll mine.
You're the pilot. You got to tell me where you're going.
Nice.
Point it out to me. All right, so 1, 2, turn. 1, 2.
Yeah, 3, 4. Yeah.
All right, there we go. All right, so you do a flyby. You could do a quick turn. You're able to get off a shot. Go ahead and roll your damage. Or actually, don't you have to hit it still with a gunnery check? Or was that... Okay, so go ahead and do your gunnery check with the coil gun.
Even with the +2 from the lock on, I only rolled an 11. So what's its AC?
Well, it's the mining ship. This one has an AC of 10. So, you do hit it.
Hey!
Nice.
It's very slow. It's not meant to dodge things. It's not a combat drone.
Alright, so it's going to be 6 damage. I nail it.
What quadrant are you hitting it in?
The front. The rear. Absolutely.
The rear? You kind of aim towards its back end, firing from in front of it. It's kind of tipped down like that. You hit it in the rear end. That is enough damage to completely destroy it. You hit its engine and explodes. The frontal shield completely vanishes. It was full of front shields, and it just crashes into the floor.
Yeah!
Good shot.
Demi, engage the next one.
Yeah.
All right, now we have gunnery phase.
Do I also get that +2, or since it was used? Okay, so it is okay.
I think he declared it
You can
for the
use
coil gun.
Yeah, but you can use a +2 to your attack roll, just because of the computer. We still have one more
Gotcha.
computer use, right? Or have we used them both?
You've used one.
Passenger, did you use a computer
I used a
for
computer.
your
yeah.
lock on?
I've only
Okay,
used one.
so we've
I've
used the
one
computer, so you're just-
I've used one
Computers
computer.
used it.
I used the other.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was gonna say, but I think he still gets a +2 for his gunnery check.
That's what I was asking about.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
We killed the one you locked
You
on.
killed the one you locked
Gotcha.
on.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. That makes sense. Yeah, we killed the locked on one. Duh.
I rolled a 15.
Which one you hit? You're in the turret, so you can hit either one you want. I believe that one only has a range of 5, though, because it's a...
Yeah, I can only hit the closest red ship.
All right. So you can only hit the closest
If I
red
did
ship.
hit.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and do a gunnery check.
I rolled a 15.
15. It has an AC of 13. You do hit.
Boys. Laser net, 2d6. Okay. Hey, that's not bad. 8.
8. Your laser net gets a good shot off on it. You see a lot of its like port side is it's like glowing red hot from the shot, and it's beginning to smoke. All right. They have fired back. One scored a 19, and the other scored an 18 with coil guns. What is your armor class?
AC 14.
AC 14. So they will both hit with coil. The first one, with the closest one, will deal 11 damage to your starboard side. And you will also take 11 damage to your front side from the one that's further away.
All right.
Goodbye,
11 on
cruel
both.
world.
Rima, you actively feel a lot of gunfire, and you know the ship is getting hit at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, and run out, lock my door, and head up to the helm. Captain, what the hell?
The Basilisk has activated the security drones. We might have the entire installation coming down on us. I don't know.
What do you need me to do? We've never been in a fight. I don't know what to do.
Can you use any of your magic on them?
There is a position you can take if you want to look it up. I believe.
It's the magic officer actions.
Yep, magic officer.
Yeah, I'm going to run to the gun that Demi is on. I don't
Is
know.
on?
Okay. Yeah. And then it's an engineering phase push. I don't know what the push means.
I think it's just you spend one of
The
your
push
spell
means
points,
you're.
right.
No. It means a push. It's weirdly titled for some reason. A push is basically whatever system you're using has to be in good condition in order for you to do this action.
Okay.
So I guess Patrick, did the ship take any critical damage from the damage it
No,
just took?
you've burned through another quadrant of our ablative armor.
All right, so none of your critical systems are damaged, so you can do
Fucking
all your push ads.
Best investment Jin's made.
Okay.
Blade of armor is very good. All right, so that's what a push action is.
Got it. So then I'll do that in engineering, I guess.
All right. Well, we are about to go to the engineering phase because the gunnery phase just ended. So, engineering, what are we doing? You have Reek cradling his broken toe at this moment in front of you, and he's kind of tearing up and crying.
Cryptus thinks for a moment as the ship shakes around him. He's like, I think we need to divert some power to the shields. And we fail. He's like, what is wrong with this engine? The captain pushes are too hard. Off to the piloting.
Well, what happens is you go to like your control panel, and Reek actually rolls onto the keyboard as you're trying to use it, and it just messes you up, and you hit the wrong button. It's a mess in the engineering right now. All right, so Rima, was there something in the engineering phase you needed to do?
Yes. She's going to grab hold of one of Demi's hands that's on the thing and use Eldritch Shot. You augment a... blah, blah, blah. Choose one weapon on your starship to augment and attempt a mysticism check. If you succeed, the gunner treats the range of that weapon as 5 hexes longer than normal. This does not work for weapons with the point special property. Does whatever gun you not have point special? I don't know.
It does, actually.
Well, I'm holding Demi's hand. It's very nice.
He appreciates it.
I believe that's like the one weapon you do have that is that. So, sorry. Alright, so let's go ahead and move to the helm phase.
Oh no, that's me. Okay.
I like to think there's 2 handles and Rima's holding one and Demi's holding the other.
That reminds me of that one episode of it.
Captain, are we making for the door?
I don't fancy fighting them in that corkscrew turn, so let's blow these 2 up and then see if any more are coming before we attempt to move on.
Alright, so what was your roll, Captain?
Oof. 13.
Oof, roll.
Low rolls, right, Cryptus?
Alright, well, one of them will be able to go before you. And this one will have to go after you.
And I will attempt to lock on to the combat drone that's closest to us. Not using...
Make an attempt.
That's a 10 plus 9, so 19.
That locks on.
That
I think you have to beat an 8 with these guys.
Yeah, it's pretty low.
I swear. My initiative rolls are all low, but then my trick rolls are good. I just got a 29 on our evade check. Sorry, I should have said that. Yes, we are evading. So +2 the AC and TL. And if you would... Let's see. Let's move forward 2 and then turn 1 clockwise. And then that'll be it for movement.
Alrighty. That should put everybody within the range of the coil gun. Or at least within the arc of the coil gun. So I believe that is... Oh, that leaves him. Because he can... Yeah.
I don't like that.
Alright.
Yeah, me neither.
Alrighty. Now, let's do our gunnery phase. Unless the wait wasn't... You already did the lock on, that's right.
Yep. Demi, I'm locked onto the one that's behind us. Get that ship off of us.
Captain, they're on our space right!
Blow it out of the sky!
Starboard.
Space right.
Demi knows that? He doesn't know that.
Space right.
It's definitely space right. That's not
actually-
canon. That's not canon in Starfinder. It's space right and space left.
I roll the ship.
Instead of stage right and stage left.
So for
it's
Demi,
above
it's
him.
up.
It's just above us.
Captain, they're above us!
Stop spinning the
They're
ship
on our
down
space
below
up.
us.
Oh, Jesus.
They're on our
So
space
the
above.
gunnery checks follow the same initiative as the movement, right? Is that correct?
Well, I mean, they all fire at the same time, and then they all resolve at the same time. So you can do it however you want, but the
That's
damage is
true.
all done at the same time.
Right.
So
That is
So- they rolled a 12 and a 5. I don't think either of those hit your evade.
No.
All right, so you effectively dodged some coil gunfire, and this leaves you guys to roll and do your damage.
Yeah, about that.
Take a +2 to hit.
Yeah, about that. The total is a 10. I rolled a 3.
You
Even with the lock on.
There's two people
hold on.
holding on to the handles. It's just
I rolled a 3. My bonus as is 5. Then the +2 is
Well, you can take 2 +2s, so you can get a 12 because we locked on. Remember?
weren't
Can I
they?
take 2 +2s? Okay, so 12.
Well,
I still
because
don't
we
know
have
if that
the
is.
computer.
you have a lock on, and then you can use the computer to aid
Gotcha.
your targeting.
Oh, do we get the
However,
computer usages back?
their
on-
armor
It's
class.
13.
Yeah, you get them back each round.
every round.
It is an armor class of
Yeah.
13. You barely miss your
Yeah.
shot, so nothing as of yet. I believe that takes us back to the engineering phase.
I don't know what's wrong with this ship today, but we're gonna try and put some energy back in those shields.
Cryptus, we really need.
I'm gonna help you this time.
Reek, get off the controls! You're not helping!
He turns off your computer. he just hits the power button to your terminal that you're at.
Cryptus sighs. It shakes the ship a little bit.
We're all gonna die.
Remo,
What do I pay you for?
Buy a
what are you up
better
to?
engine!
Rima is going to use precognition, seeing that, hey, this is not helping. Being here with Demi. Use your supernatural senses and a spark of divination magic to see opponent's motion before it happens, giving you just a split second to shout a warning to your ship's pilot. Attempt a mysticism check. On a success, you grant the pilot a +2 circumstance bonus to their piloting check at the beginning of the helm phase to determine piloting order. So I need 10 plus 1.5 times your starship's tier. What is that?
That should be a 14.
Alrighty, and a mysticism check is +9, so that's a 19 plus 9, so he gets +2.
Yep.
To
Well done.
Awesome.
You basically see what's going to happen within the next few seconds, and you tell him exactly what to do. All right. I believe that's our engineering phase, helm phase.
All right, so I get a +2 to that.
From whatever Rima's about to shout. She's the one that saw the future, not us.
Got it. Thanks,
not the
Rima.
players.
Left, right, up, down, left, right.
A, B, start.
Hey, there we go. 20.
20. All right. So you did better than both of them. That one will remain there. They're going to remain there because as far as they can tell, they have you in their sights. So nothing changes. You can now fly.
All right, let's see. What's the back off feature?
Captain, do you want me to redistribute some of these shields?
No, I'm not too worried about this one. Hold on. Keep us locked onto it.
Make another lock.
Starship moves up to half its speed aft. Can't turn. DC 14. Okay, let me make my piloting check. Nat fucking 20. Where's the critical effects for Starship Combat? Someone
I have them.
Already.
help me out with the piloting.
Okay, let's see here. There's hold on. I have them, but they're not listed by piloting. Hold on. There's activate ECM, balance, improve countermeasures, insidious electronics, lock on, recall beacon, scanner, target system.
Was that the Nat 20 list, or?
Oh, you know what?
That might be the list
That's
for
just science officer.
science.
Yeah, that's just science.
Where can I look?
Hold on.
I would like to thank Tabletop Audio for providing today's music while we look up these rules. I hope it is a intense
Creed, you wanna
rule lookup.
back us off 2 tiles?
Just 2 squares? Yep.
That's all I can do. Yeah.
You basically flip your engines around and launch back. Cryptus, you notice that Reek was not prepared for the sudden jolt, and he goes rolling across the engineering room.
Thank goodness. Maybe you won't interfere with my engineering.
I'm helping.
Oof. It's in the Starship Operations Manual.
I don't have that yet. I'm sorry.
This is probably really cool, so I want to take the time to try and find it.
It's okay. We'll find it.
All right,
I
let's
think
see.
I found it. Where's my pilot? So you did a evade. You successfully anticipate. No, not evade. Where is it? Back off. Your starship can move up to its full speed and make turns as normal for its maneuverability rating. Give me just 1 second. Sorry about that. Baby's going to bed. I wanted to say goodnight.
How dare you?
So I will turn us 1 counterclockwise and then move us back 2, so we're next to the destroyed mining ship.
So like that?
Nope. Other way.
Point to it.
Turn and then move.
So like that?
And then we're no,
Just like
we're facing counterclockwise.
that way?
Perfect.
Perfect. Okay. Wonderful. Alrighty. So that leaves passenger. What you doing?
Oh, so I rolled and it was cocked between a 19 and a 3. Do you want me to re-roll? I'm assuming you'd want me to re-roll, but I just because we're online, I didn't want to
use your DM judgment. Would you allow the reroll?
No, it was you couldn't balance a D4 on it, and that's a 15 plus 9. So I'm assuming that works. So locking on to the one closest to us.
Do it.
It's done.
It is done. Gunnery phase. Only one of them can attack you. Does that hit?
A 15?
Yes.
Fiddlesticks.
I think
That's
we're
the one
AC
that
14.
Who shot at us?
The one that can actually hit you from down the hallway. The other one does not have you in its arc of fire.
Did you mine it? Oh, it's a 20. Damn. Okay. Yeah, 15 does
20
hit.
range. Alright, it is gonna assume that you still don't have shields, because I don't actually know on the starboard side, so it's gonna aim for the starboard side and do its
It can't. It is not in the pick your arc. It has to be on this line. Can you see
Oh,
my-
okay, gotcha. So it has to hit your front arc. Okay, cool. So it's hitting your forward.
Yeah.
That is fine.
Yeah.
It'll do 13 damage to your forward arc.
We just lost shields.
You basically see that coil round explode in front of your cockpit, in front of the bridge.
Star Trek shake.
All right, so 4 bled through.
You gotta move forward all at the same time. Whoa.
That was actually, I think that was actually the single most HP damage we've taken in this dungeon so far.
That was a big hit.
All right, so I think that's still. I mean, it's all still resolves at the same time. So, gunners.
Ba-da-ba-da. Hey, that's a lot better. That's 24.
That's gonna hit.
2d6.
You're doing a lot better without Rima there helping.
He's got his other hand on the other trigger now. It's a little bit easier. 8.
8 damage. It only had 2 left, so you get a nice, good rear shot off on it, and it just explodes. There's just debris and nothing there
much easier.
to even see.
Nice shooting!
And that brings us back to the engineering phase.
Okay, Reek, just let me do it this time, just myself.
He gets up to say something, and then falls down the ladder.
Did you really have the Wilhelm scream up on something?
As that happens, I roll a dirty 20, so shields get 5 back. Captain.
Does it say where they have to go?
I believe it goes to... It goes somewhere specific, unfortunately.
Where is it going specific?
Oh, it's evenly distributed, which sucks.
Well, how much of the
excess goes to forward?
Well, how much are you using? How much shields total?
Oh, it's 5 total. So.
All right, so 1 to each. So that's 4. Where's the 5th one going?
Excess
I guess
goes forward.
It goes forward.
Okay, gotcha. So forward. So 2 on the front, 1 everywhere else. Rima, anything?
Are you
you'd like
alive,
to do?
Reek?
Yeah, Rima's gonna try to get another vision, see what's up here. Nah, that's an 11. So she just gets a really constipated look on her face for a second.
Oh.
Do a good job, Captain.
All right, piloting phase.
$23.
It rolled a 10, so and it's also going to use its piloting phase to remain in place because it has a good shot on you. So you can move. It is not going to move. Change its position.
Okay, I'm going to do the evade stunt. And I succeed with flying colors, so AC 16.
All right, where do you want to move?
Back 1. Oh, I can't do that, can I? Yeah, forget
No, you
that.
can't back off. You got to go forward.
I'm not moving. I like where we're
Not
at.
moving. All right, so you prepared to like side jet and just avoid. All right, we are now at the gunnery phase.
Well, I was gonna lock. I locked on to. I rolled a 14 to lock.
Oh
on.
yeah, that will do it.
Just in case.
I rolled a 14.
Pass
Plus
it.
9. Yes, Captain.
Demi's going.
That will do it.
Demi's going to run down to the quill gun.
You sure you didn't want me to rebalance?
That's fine with me.
Okay, I'm being waved off.
All right,
Next
so
character's just gonna be
passenger, you locked on to the target successfully.
I did.
Demi gets off the top ball turret and gets onto a
Your
station.
tiny little pitter patters that are really fast.
With little like hops and like your wings flap on the hops.
He rolls an 18 to hit.
Of course.
Yes.
Gross.
And we'll deal 12 damage to the forward position. Um,
10 bleeds through. I do believe that triggers a critical threshold.
all right. I gotta look up my critical threshold.
Let me roll. Let's see. Before those effects.
The critical threshold will happen after you fire, Kyle, so don't worry about any of that.
Oh, shit. I went down to pick up to see what it was, and then I accidentally moved the mic. So I'm just going to roll it again.
It was a nat 20, right?
I trust you.
I couldn't tell what it was, honestly, which is why I went to go look at it. Okay. That is a 19.
19 will hit, but I'm trying to... critical damage conditions. So, let's see. Hey, Patrick, on your ship sheet, there should be where your critical damage conditions are. It should show you what you, on a D100, what is going to get hit. So please roll a D100 and let me know what that is. And Kyle, go ahead and roll damage.
25. We just took a hit to sensors.
Alright, so sensors. So your sensors are now glitching, which crew actions regarding sensors take a -2 penalty. So I think that's mostly passenger is affected. Your screen kind of goes dark and then boots back up, and you're having a lot more trouble getting a lock on.
Right before his screen goes dark for a second, he hits for 12 damage.
12 damage, that is enough to bring it from full to empty. That thing, the front end crushes in and explodes. It is dead.
Ooh.
Captain, we took a lot of damage to our senses just then.
We took a lot of damage everywhere. I'm seeing flames and smoke coming out of the... something out there.
The flames will extinguish in the vacuum of space. We should run.
You're not in the vacuum of space.
We will be if we run.
Alright, so now that combat's over, I need to take a quick bio. You guys discuss what you're doing next. And Reek will climb back up the ladder and ask you, and just look at you like, what happened? Cryptus, be right back.
This is what victory smells like, Reek. Like something's on fire. Hold on, let's get up to the operations.
Rima passes you on her way back to her room to check on Elu, and, obviously Elu's in there and is totally fine because she's not suspicious at all, and she's a wonderful person, and she's my new best friend, and everything's gonna be hunky-dory.
Yeah, all those reasons.
All of those reasons.
Okay, so let me share the rules for repairs. Just so
I
that...
just actually rolled to patch the sensors, but go ahead.
Repairing like our hit points and the ablative armor and stuff. So
okay.
What it says is that the crew can repair their starship's hull. It requires 5 hours of work and 10 UPBs per point of damage repaired. The 5 hours is regardless of the number of points they repair. A character who succeeds at an engineering check, DC 19, can cut either the cost or the time in half, and for every 10 points by which they exceed the DC, they can reduce by half again to a minimum of 1 hour. Any number of allies can use the aid another action to assist, so anyone who has a rank in engineering, we have more than enough UPBs. We could potentially just park in the hangar for an hour and patch this shit up if we don't get attacked. What do y'all think?
Can we please run?
I just don't think that's safe. Are there, how many... Didn't we pick up more signals than just these 3? There's
You do not have any signals at this time. I only said 3. Those were the 3 that you picked up at that time.
That's when Jin's gonna look out the window and note that those doors are opened, and he's gonna be like, "I think those might be the only ones that can respond quickly, just because they were in that hallway already."
On Cryptus's way to Helm, I think the sensors are in operations, right?
Well, it's external damage. You'd have to, either do what you need to do.
Oh, for systems sensors, I can patch them as an engineer. Right. So once I get to operations and I see passengers glitching station, I literally just punch it, and it goes back to not glitching anymore.
Is that actually a thing?
No, that's just my flavoring, but yes, patching is something I can do.
Gotcha. So. I'm going to trust you on that one. All right, you just watch Cryptus come down and suddenly all the power that you should have had. you don't know why, but it's working.
Rima has gone back to her room to check on Elu, by the way.
Elu basically grabs you and pulls you in and out and looks at you like, "What's happening?"
Right now, nothing.
How is it nothing? Fine. This ship feels like it's falling apart.
No, it's fine. We'll be fine.
Okay. I have nowhere else to go. I can only trust you.
I gotta know how bad this damage is. I start backing us back into the hangar so that we can assess.
Wasn't there a mechanical arm here or something, or a station of some sort?
This was a station designed to help repair ships and whatnot, and there was I believe a Whipple shield that adds 5 ablative armor to a specific side. With the systems here, you guys could spend maybe 30 minutes and get that attached with the arm and different heavy
all of that
duty. Yeah.
Can we close that door while we repair, Captain?
I'll start working on.
Can passenger do that?
Yeah.
Passenger, you'll have to exit the ship and go to the control panel and close the door from out in the hangar.
Does it close that door that's at the entrance? Door.
I was gonna let it slide. But...
I was gonna let it go.
Door. That there door, does it close the one that's over there?
They're in rare form.
As we discovered by reading the rules, I think you have to be within have to have the ability to actually jack into it, or you need a module on your ship to hack from a distance, a electronic warfare system.
So in the past, we've closed these doors by communicating with them. I'm assuming that function is now gone.
You can certainly try.
Ah, there it is.
I see. Captain, I can probably go close that door, but I'm going to have to go over there. I don't think it makes sense to connect to it like we have in previous sessions.
GM, what does this chamber look like? Is it like a drop-off down into a molten lava floor, or...?
This particular vast open space looks like it's been mined out. Like it's definitely got cuts of different machinery, very, very jagged, very flat. There doesn't happen to be any lava or anything. It looks like there used to be sort of precious metals that used to be in here, and then they installed just a hangar for repairs, and this just kind of became a repair area / storage for security and mining robots.
Okay. Did you catch it when I was telling the crew about the repair rules?
I caught the tail end of it.
Okay.
And then he said 30 minutes.
Well, he said 30 minutes to attach a Whipple shield, so that's...
I didn't say it wasn't repairing. It's just throwing this one Whipple shield onto a side. You're basically just quickly welding it to your ship, essentially, with the equipment here. It's not actual repair.
But we have UPBs and 2 characters with good engineering checks. I do feel pretty positive about our chances to repair. And in character, Jin's going to be over the comms, he's going to be like, guys, I think we can... The internal ship comms He's going to be like, I think we can get some repairs done before we're attacked again, especially if Passenger can get that door maybe jammed shut or something. So, Passenger, you have my permission. Dimmy man the coil gun and keep it aimed at that door to cover him. And Cryptus, you and I, we're going to go outside and check the damage.
Aye, Captain.
Now, Passenger, are you closing the door to the big chamber, or are you closing the hangar door? My assumption was the hangar door, not the chamber door.
Is the map that we're looking at?
It's not in feet. It's supposed to be in every 1,000 feet each hex.
Captain, are we talking about the hangar door? Or I didn't realize there was a hangar door, and I thought we were just talking about like the big doors we'd been passing through.
I was talking about the big doors, too.
Okay.
You're knowing that it's 9,000 feet away. Are you still confident in your ability to...
That's spooky. It is more spooky knowing that it's 9,000 feet away.
How fast do those cargo loaders move?
They move,
Hover truck thingies.
thanks to Starfinder's very vague hex system, they move 8 hexes. So 8,000 feet per turn, which is not a defined amount of time in Starship combat.
Passenger, as far as it is, I'm going to drive you out there. Cryptus, you and Reek get that shielding installed, that Whipple shielding installed on the forward arc. And when we get back, we'll see about applying some of those UPBs and repairing some of this damage.
I'll start while you're getting whatever means of transport we're taking to go out there.
What are you using to drive him out there? Because I am curious as well.
So there were multiple cargo loaders, I believe. Multiple of these little truck things, right? In the
Yes.
hangar? 2
But they're not environmentally protected from the outside heat. Only within the hangar is there environmental protections.
The captain would know
Oh,
that
so
Rima can help with that.
Yes, I would.
Remember,
Rima,
the planet
we're
is
gonna need you
very
to-
hot. Yeah.
We're going to need your help, Rima.
You're gonna have to come find her.
I go knock on the door.
I start collecting tools to make the
She
repair.
doesn't hear the knock.
Elu points you to the door. There's someone there. Are you ignoring them?
Oh no, I'm deaf. I've been talking to you telepathically. Haven't you noticed?
Yeah.
So yeah, Rima can do life bubble. You surround the target creatures with a constant and movable 1-inch shell of tolerable living conditions customized for each creature. This shell enables the targets to breathe freely in a variety of atmospheric conditions, including in corrosive, thick, thin, and toxic atmospheres, as well as underwater or in a vacuum. It also makes the targets immune to harmful gases and vapors, including inhaled diseases and poisons, as well as spells with a harmful gaseous effect. In addition, the shell protects targets and their equipment from extreme temperatures between -50 degrees and 140 degrees Fahrenheit without having to attempt fortitude saving throws, as well as extreme pressures.
And you can get us both in that?
Yeah.
Do you need to come with us to do that, or can you just cast it and we're good to go?
It says up to 1 creature per level, no 2 of which can be more than 30 feet apart. But I can cast it multiple times, right?
That's what it sounds like to me. That you.
Per level? What is that?
It sounds like you can cast it while they're within 30 feet of each other, and then after that, it lasts its duration. They can still move apart if they need to. That's what that sounds like to me.
Okay. Yeah, I'll cast that on both of them, so it takes 2 slots. So I have 4, so that's 2 left.
All right. You guys are protected.
Do I
You
feel
will-
reasonably safe in this endeavor, at least from the environment? Jin's pretty
you
smart.
stick
He's a
your
smart-
hand. Yeah, outside it's almost around the 140 degree Fahrenheit mark. There's not a lot of magma or anything. This is a kind of a cooler area, you feel confident that you can exit with that spell around.
All right, I drive us out there.
Well, before we go out there, I'm going to find Cryptus. I've got my tools. Cryptus, can I use your arc welder? That big thing we used to cut out the statue.
Sure, just don't light yourself on fire.
Is this just cut, or does it weld as well?
I'll let you find out. It can be a surprise.
Oh boy.
Well, passenger, we can't
And you
weld
see
ourselves.
Cryptus pick up Reek and put Reek like on his shoulder, and like Reek is holding on to one of the chitin plates. And like, we're gonna go attach the thing.
Okay.
No, and I understand, Captain, but just having it with us in case we need it for a solution might be handy. That's all. Just don't want to make
All right.
extra trips.
All right. So my understanding is that Passenger and Captain Jin are taking a loader, skimming across the bottom of this cavern and getting to the door. And Cryptus, Reek, and I believe Demi, I'm not sure, are getting on the controls to apply the Whipple Shield to the forward section.
Demi's on the coil gun, in case anything.
Demi's on the coil gun. All
Yeah, I
right, well,
would've
you got your.
so that the coil gun's pointing down this hallway.
All right. Well, you got your friends on the scope, and you're watching the hallway. So far, nothing has come up. Are you readying an action to fire?
Yeah, already in action. If I see one of the
Good,
same
because this door is opening.
assholes.
You see a ship come out. Not Demi. Passenger and Captain Jin are about halfway there when you see this door open and this ship come out. It is about to turn, and I guess you can go ahead and make a gunnery check.
That is an 18.
Nice.
That will absolutely hit. You guys hear the loud thud, and then the air sort of snapping above your head as the coil round actually flies above you. The only way you don't kill this is if you roll 4 ones in a row.
I rolled an 8, or a total of 8.
All right. It has 5 health. Its forward shield is not facing you. You hit it in the side. It immediately just blasts away. Well done, Demi.
Jin's holding up a thumbs up as we're driving. I don't know if you can see it, but
All right.
One thumbs up.
While I'm going to need Cryptus, while he's out working, to make a fortitude save as that coil gun goes off in the same room as him.
Oh boy.
Reek will as well.
Demi, you just killed Reek.
Shouldn't have been in front of the coil gun.
I rolled 25.
All right. It does not phase you, but Reek is like grabbing his ear and just like bop, bop. Like he sounds like he's messed up.
And Cryptus like kind of looks over at Reek and says, "Oh, not another one. I have to deal with this shit all the time."
Demi comes over, comms like, "Oh, was anyone in gunnery room? Was anyone down there?"
It's fine, Demi. We just have another deaf person. Thanks.
Oh, okay. 2 is more company, I suppose.
Oh, this is fantastic. All right, so you guys, you're applying the Whipple Shield. You, Captain Jin, Passenger, you get to the door. You do find an electrical panel with go ahead and do a hacking check for me as you weld your way in and open up.
I will assist. Or do you want to assist me, Passenger? Your choice.
I'll take your I will take your assistance.
Very good.
And I've got my tools and my hacking kit. And
You have +2.
that's good. I think we're gonna need it. So it's a roll of 6 plus 2, so 8, and then +2 for my hacking kit. So that's plus 10. So and then plus from my stats. That's not bad. So 19 total. 19 total? Not terrible.
All right. So what are you trying to do to this door?
I'm trying to close it.
It begins to close slowly and does.
Captain, I think I can reverse this when it's time to leave.
I take my other PCU, unclip it from my armor, and quickly deactivate and disconnect all connections except for one potential entryway, and I hand it to passenger and be like, you think you can rig the controls so that it will only accept a signal from this PCU to open? So that way we can call that PCU as we're ready to fly and it'll open the door?
You've already hacked your way in. I'm not going to require a check if that's how you want to set it up.
That's
It's
smart. Yeah.
Is it just a burner
right.
PCU?
It'll
Interesting
take me a few
on it
minutes,
or
but
anything,
sure.
so.
So I pop out kind of a soldering kit and start wiring some wires in together and set it so that when it rings, it'll send an electrical signal into this door to open it up.
Cryptus,
All right, let's head back.
can I get a engineering check, sir?
Absolutely. Oh, a 9.
All right. Well, you got it on there. You didn't mess it up, but you also didn't get any a good roll to eke out any extra ablative armor. So well done.
Reek is bleeding all over me right now.
Why is he bleeding?
Burst eardrums, I assume?
Oh, well, probably. All right, Captain Jin, passenger, you have made it back,
So say as
and
we're
everyone
riding
is back at the. About 45 minutes have passed.
It took us 45 minutes to drive out there, hack in, and drive back. Okay.
Sure. I mean, it's 9,000 feet.
Well, in that
So.
in that 45 minutes that we're driving, Captain, I know you wanted to try and talk us out of that situation. I got scared. I know I don't show it, but I've never had an interaction like that before.
Talking about the Basilisk passenger?
Yeah.
The way I see it, he's not the first megalomaniac rogue AI to threaten eternal damnation on innocent kith, so I'm not too worried about him. I just want to get my ship and my crew safely out of here. I don't give a damn about Roko.
Have there been other damnation promising AI?
I'm sure there have been.
Are
Ask
either of you
a
trained in
lawyer,
culture?
They'll tell you all about some crazy shit that went on their planet a couple hundred years ago.
I don't have any training in culture.
Nah, there's plenty of threats in this galaxy, and whatever this half-baked newborn rogue software is, I'm not concerned about it.
Passenger will sit in silence the rest of the ride back.
While that's happening, Rima can feel in the ship urgent thumping that tells her that Cryptus is coming to find her. And whatever room she is in, Cryptus bursts in and yells, knowing she's deaf, but he's eternally rude to Rima. Like, why aren't you answering your text messages? Wait, you threw out your phone, didn't you? Your PCU. Damn it, Rima!
That telepathically. What are you shouting about now?
Dimmy broke my friend, and I need you to fix him. And I will pluck Reek off my shoulder and put him down in front of Rima.
Cryptus, you know I don't have, actual medical training, right?
What, you want me to take him to Dimmy, who broke him?
How did he break him?
He fired the coil gun next to his
Could
ear.
shoot another shot. It might even it out.
I mean,
Would that work, Rima?
will what work?
If Dimmy fires another shot.
I don't think Reba knows how hearing works.
I don't think two wrongs ever make a right.
Oh no, he hit the enemy ship. It was right.
But the point that anyway. What's wrong with him?
He's deaf on account of his eardrums being blown
You
out.
see,
So what's
Reek
wrong
sort
with
of
that?
say. You see,
You know what's wrong with it. I don't want him to end up like you, Rima. Don't make me say it.
Cryptus, get out
He has potential.
of my room.
Okay, I'll leave, but you fix him.
We come
Fix him.
jogging onto the ship. Cryptus, Reek, passenger. Let's get the that half tank of UPBs out onto the hangar. We're gonna start repairing
Rima's
some of the
fixing
damage.
Reek.
Freak,
Fixing him.
there's nothing wrong with
What?
you.
Dimmy blew his eardrums out with the coil gun. Remo will fix it, though.
It was a good shot, though. All right, Cryptus, passenger. Help me with this. Let's get this done as quickly as possible.
all right.
Ready to help?
Reek doesn't respond to anybody. He just kind of
I'm speaking
looks at
telepathically.
Rima. Say what?
I'm speaking telepathically. You can still hear me. Like
Oh, he can hear you. Oh, so he's just speaking back to you. He's like, "Can you do anything? Come on. We have a history. You'd help me, right?"
I mean, I can teach you sign language. I only know Vlach and sign language, but
Okay, I guess I have to learn Vlach and sign language.
don't worry, it's fun. It's fun.
Is this permanent? Is this how you live?
I mean, mine.
This is awful. I hope this isn't permanent.
How about you just go help Cryptus?
Help him with what? I
Whatever.
didn't hear any of the commands. Just help him with whatever.
Just
I
go
can do
find
that.
him. Yeah.
I've been very helpful today. I'm gonna go find Cryptus.
Yeah.
All right, let's be gamey AF. I have +8 to engineering. Does anyone have a better bonus than that?
I can help you.
If we're playing by golf rules, I have +0 to engineering.
I have +8
Alright.
to engineering as well.
All right, Cryptus and passenger, aid me on this one. Foundry's been.
I have-
decent.
I have succeeded in aiding you, so you have +2 from me.
What's the DC I have to beat to help or to do
Just 10.
Just 10?
8 another.
14.
All right, 25. Our DC was 19. So we succeeded the engineering check, which allowed us to cut the 5 hour down to 2.5 hour. But we did not exceed it by 10. So now that we're out there looking at the damage and like we're moving UPV to like the holes, Jin's gonna be like, all right, guys, I think it's very likely this will be about 2.5 hours of repairs. Look, we're all in danger here. I'm not gonna say that we have to do this. Everyone take a vote. I think this is what we should do. We're kind of shot up right now. We need to get this repaired.
Yeah, no, I don't want to go into that without armor. Personally, I vote your repair.
Dimmy, Rima.
Rima's in her room.
Oh, that's right. I'm probably group texting.
Rima's solidly not responding.
I got nothing from Rima. Passenger, what do you think?
What do I think about what?
It'll take about 2.5 hours to make these repairs.
We should get started on it right away.
It's risky, I know. All right,
And
let's do it.
if we're not leaving, which is what I suggest we do, and quite frankly, it's probably dangerous, then we should get started right away. Also, Elu makes me nervous.
Dimmy, stay on that coil gun, but give us a heads up.
I mean, the heads up will probably be me shooting, but I'll try to. Give
Yeah, that
vocal
works.
warning before gun warning.
All right. According to my roll, the repairs, they'll 2.5 hours of it go uninterrupted.
As we are repairing, if we want to take a break from combat, that could be a good roleplay opportunity. Because I'd like to kind of pick up on what Passenger just said about Elu as we're applying UPB. I like to imagine that it's like playing with like wet concrete or what's that stuff you put between brick mortar, and you're just applying it, and then it like magically
it becomes
technologically
a very strange alloy.
Yeah. Passenger, I know there's risks, but I can't leave her here. And we scanned her to see if this AI had infected her with anything, and nothing came up. I can't leave her here.
If that's your order, I will support it. But I doubt that I will ever trust her, or at least anytime soon.
You're more acquainted with artificial intelligence, son. Give me a threat assessment. What's the likelihood that this thing has already infected some part of my ship? What's the chances we're flying away with part of it with us if we leave now?
Well, I think our biggest chance of that happening is Elu, quite frankly. Your ship our ship has not connected to this structure in any way. At least physically, though we have made wireless connections, I suppose, to comms and things of that nature, but those aren't generally used for significant data transfers.
Just...
I feel like the ship is reasonably isolated, and unless you've added a chip to it, hopefully that was just the...
No, just that one, and it just looked like the password to open that door at the front of the installation. It didn't look like anything that would allow remote access, but I made sure to copy the bare bones code, the genuine password part. I noticed it's like URL that has the question mark and then like the string of characters afterwards. I was like, yeah, I deleted that. I think we're okay.
When you say you were able you managed to make a copy of it, where did you make that copy to?
One of my hands holds up my other PCU, and I'm like, it's on airplane mode. It's just ready for me to press the button and transmit the code, open that door, and then I'll factory reset it. But it's turned off right now.
I think that we are effectively quarantining ourselves from this rogue AI. I think anytime that we probably do anything, turn off airplane mode or connect to one of these comms terminals to open a door, we're probably subjecting ourselves to possible infiltration. But it's hard to say. Definitely, if we get out of this in one piece, we might want to check the market for some upgraded firewalls, just to maybe insulate the ship from this stuff in the future.
Absolutely.
Cryptus.
I like to think at one point, Jin looks at a hole and he's like, this goes all the way through! Jeez. Patches it up.
Cryptus, I believe you were there helping them repair.
Oh, Cryptus is pondering. He's got something very specific on his mind because we're on the repair bay where they all tossed their PCUs, right?
Yeah,
there are 2 PCUs and a data pad.
He keeps looking over to where the PCUs are, and he's like, "It's really annoying that they won't reply to text messages. Maybe I should just..." And he kind of like scoots over there and like picks them up, pockets them. Like, yeah, I'll give them when they're less freaked out. I'll give these back to them. goes back to repairing.
I thought
Presumably at some point, Reek
I thought
shows
they were
up.
thrown off the balcony. Is what I remembered.
I think everyone said just onto the hangar floor.
That's where everyone was when they threw them. I will need, because this is something between players, I will need a stealth check from you, Cryptus, and perception checks from
Oh, yes.
Captain Jim
I was
Passenger.
about to ask.
I have a 10 on my perception.
I have a -1 to stealth.
And
14.
No,
14 beats a 10.
Passenger.
Was it all on me?
Yeah, you gotta get a
Yeah,
14.
Captain Jin doesn't notice.
I've got
He's too focused on the ship having holes in it.
got a +2, and I rolled a 15.
Oh.
Is that not enough?
So,
is that not enough?
Oh, it is enough. It is enough.
Enough.
You do notice, you do take a glance, and you do notice Cryptus at least walking back from where the PCUs and data pads used to be.
I definitely see that it's a used to be situation. Like I've put those pieces together.
Oh yeah, you vividly remember putting your PCU over there, and he's walking from that location, and they're gone.
Cryptus, what are you doing?
I want to roll a bluff check.
Do it.
This is between play. Yeah.
I was just
hold
making.
on. Say your piece, and then we'll.
I have a -3 to this, which is why I'm so excited to do this. I was just doing the smart thing that making sure there wasn't robots and stuff back there. Yeah.
Nah, 20. Come on.
Right.
Pull that nat 20.
But
It's a 12 after a -3.
All right, passenger.
well, I have a flat affect as being an android, so from that I've got a -1 to my sense motive. So,
Let's do it.
-16 -1, 15.
And that, what was your roll, Cryptus?
A 12.
All right, so passenger, you do kind of see through the bluff.
Cryptus, where are the PCUs?
Listen, you know how irritating it is to have to go find Rima? I just want to be able to text her, okay?
Cryptus, put them back now.
No.
I lean over the hole of the ship. Cryptus, hold on. What's going on here?
I need Rima to answer text messages, Captain.
Look,
Giving her back her
Cryptus-
PCU.
Listen, when we get back to, if we get out of this, we will install some red alert lights so that the ship is better suited. But right now, you need to leave these here.
You ain't my captain.
Passenger. It's okay. Cryptus. This is more of the realm of things that Passenger understands, but he's kind of explained it to me. Let me put it in terms you understand. You know the Lazorian mites that get into Trox chitin plates and start eating away at the underlayer, and the only way to solve it is to just rip off the whole plate and then grow one back next season.
Yes, that's a very pleasant memory of mine, Captain. Thank you for referencing.
Those PCUs have Lazorian mites on them.
Cryptus takes them out and flings them off into the off the balcony.
You hear the rattling of them falling.
Hand on Cryptus's shoulder, because he's so much taller than me. I understand. We'll get them new PCUs.
Cryptus tosses his too. He's like, I don't want no mites.
And I look over to make sure that the data pad I chucked out is still laying there. You didn't pick that up, right?
I did not pick that up.
Okay.
Well, that is, yes.
All right. Well, these repairs are just about done. That didn't take too long. Ship's looking pretty good, if a little off color. I don't know. I kind of like it. It's like battle scars. You see how like the silver, and then the gun.
Captain,
It does look like we've been shot.
Captain,
several times, just like my front chitin does.
Captain, I don't think now is the time for aestheticism. Should probably get the...
You're right. All right. Let's get aboard. And let's get ready to open that door. Everyone, battle stations.
All right. Well, hold on. I have a question for everybody. Did you want to end by 10 o'clock, or did you want to go to 10:30? What does everyone
I'll
feel?
have to end at 10.
Okay. All right, Curtis, what'd you have?
So, I presumably Reek has found his way to me, still looking pretty miserable.
Oh, yeah.
Cryptus sighs heavily, and he picks Reek up, and he walks back to Rima's room. He says, and he taps his forehead at Rima, and then taps Reek's head.
What's up, you guys?
So we're telepathically connected now, right?
All both of you. Yeah.
Rima, I just need you to enable this so I can talk to Reek. Reek.
I translate everything that he's saying.
I want you to know, Reek.
I want you to know. Reek.
I don't have a problem with death people. I have a problem with Rima.
I have a... Wait. What?
Why would you have a problem with Rima? She's like my best friend.
Listen,
why would you do that?
I will teach you sign language. We will figure it out, Reek.
Do you even know sign language?
Why does everybody here know sign language?
Listen, it's you just thumbs up and thumbs down. That's the key component, is my understanding.
Cryptus,
Yeah.
get out of my room.
Thank you, Rima. You did what you needed to do. Come, Reek. We have engineering.
And I guess you just grab Reek and just pull him out against his will.
Yep.
Cryptus, are those 3 containers of UPVs secured? And aft cargo?
Oh, yeah.
Alright. If everyone's ready, we might be...
When you approach Dimmy in, I guess, the control room, or he's just sitting there kind of like changing the colors of the crosshair, just going beep, 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 beep.
I didn't even know you could do that. Boop. How are you doing it?
You have to customize settings?
Yeah, you got a color wheel right here.
I thought that was just for the internal mood lighting in the cockpit. In the bridge. Alright. Dimmy, get ready. Everyone get ready. Passenger, are the shields back up?
I do a quick check of the shields to see how we're looking and how what we're reading from the ablative armor as well after our repairs. I also want to do a scan just to see what things might be lurking on the other side of that door.
Go ahead and make that scan.
Computers check.
Go right ahead.
It's a 14 plus 9. So 13, 23.
23. You do not detect anything through that door.
Captain, unless that door is made of lead or something our scanners can't penetrate, I think we're good.
Alright, keep the shields balanced. These things are quick. They keep getting behind us. But go ahead and send the signal. Open the door, and I lift us off.
As we're flying towards
And
it,
Dimmy will ready in action on the quill gun.
All right. With that, we will end tonight's session as that door opens up. Good game, everybody. Good game.
Indeed.
You looked so excited when I went to get those PCUs, Creed.
I was like, oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Hey, that was some scary ship combat. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it. I was a little nervous there at the
We
end.
took some hits. That was good combat.
Yeah, that's
That was fun combat, guys. Well done.
Yeah, we finally got a critical threshold.
Yeah, Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, so how does the critical thresholds work? Like how do you what happens?
Every 14 damage we take, something glitches or malfunctions.
Right. Every system has levels. There's glitched. What's the middle one? I think it's like glitched, malfunctioning, and then wrecked. And I believe it's every 14 damage you take, or you get a natural 20 rolled against you, and it hits your hull. If it hits your shields, then it doesn't matter. But if something is glitched or beyond, you can't use a push action with that system, and you're also taking negatives to your rolls. So it can hit life support, it can hit engines, I think it can hit guns, maybe, and sensors and all sorts of different stuff.
Oh, wow.
So it is a power core, of course.
How does Starfinder handle the destruction of a ship? Like, do we need to be in escape pods before we hit 0, or is there like a...
When you hit 0, your entire ship is completely disabled. You are not destroyed. Technically, I'm not supposed to be destroying these ships when they hit 0 either, but they're droids, so whatever. Most ships, if you were to bring, let's say you're up against another ship full of NPC crew, when you bring them to 0, you've actually like wrecked the ship and disabled it. They may or may not have survived, but what is a guarantee to destroy a ship is to bring it to a negative equal to its hull points. So if you have 50 hull points, if you bring it to negative 50, it is destroyed, no survivors unless they got to an escape pod.
So you mentioned survivors. I don't think in any of these combats we've dealt damage to us as players, just to the ship. Is there a point when damage will start like feedbacking into the ship, like to hurt the players?
It's possible, yes. I think it has more to do with what kind of damage, what condition your power core is in, or your life support, or if it's a particular weapon designed to, because there are weapons that are designed to kill the crew and do minimal damage to the ship. And I think I saw a few of those online, but yeah, that can happen.
Cool. This was fun. I'm going to raid this onto another channel. Give me 1 second.
Well, are we going to say goodbye to the stream?
Yeah. I'm just pulling on. We can go ahead and do all that, but I'm just pulling up. I'm going to see who we're going to send this to.
Doodles.
Bye, stream.
All right, everybody. Once again, goodbye, everybody. Remember, the 3rd of January, the 9th of January will be the next 2 Starfinder games. Ask Zero will be on January 7th. And we'd like to thank tabletopaudio.com for providing tonight's music. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful Christmas, holidays, whatever you celebrate, winter solstice stuff. Have a wonderful night.
Merry Yule.
And good tidings.
All right, starting the raid.
Oh, and a Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, and a Happy New Year. That's true.
Bamboo. Sorry, Kyle.
Kitty.
All right, raiding now. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
XP?
XP last session and
All
this
right,
session.
so I do